Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mentally Business. I am your host, Kamisha Brewer Dickerson, and today is episode number 98, and we are talking about marketing for growth. Marketing for growth. Before I get into today's episode, I want to introduce myself. I am a licensed professional counselor practicing here in the state of Arkansas. I am a business coach for new therapists. I teach them how to set up, structure, and market their private practice without relying on directories or paid ads. I teach them how to do this by using relationship based marketing as the most effective strategy, and we're going to talk more about that today. I am also a professional speaker. I have spoken over 300 times. I am the author of the book Thought Life Confessions. If you don't have it, it is available on my website, cbrewerconsulting.com. So, let's get into the content for today. We're talking about marketing for growth. So, just to recap, we have been talking about mindset for growth, the money for growth, and now we're going to talk about the marketing. So, marketing is one of my favorite things to teach. I love teaching marketing. I love teaching the different creative ways to market, the different strategies for marketing. I love taking some of the pain and the dread out of marketing. A lot of people are very intimidated by the word marketing, and depending on who they've been listening to and the way they've taken in the information, a lot of people feel like marketing is above them. Some people also feel like marketing is beneath them and they don't have to market because of their education or because of their status or how much money they make in their business. Well, if you're trying to do anything and do it well, you're going to need to market. Even if you're not an entrepreneur and you're working as a corporate hero, which is totally fine, or even in the nonprofit space, that's totally fine too. Marketing is required in all industries. And so a lot of the work that I get a chance to do is just teaching how to market and how to be mentally healthy while you're marketing. Okay. So sometimes I get a chance to do workshops and trainings for churches and teaching them about how to mentally approach marketing and how to integrate mental health and ministry through marketing and through building those genuine, authentic relationships. And it's been a really enjoyable experience. So I wanted to spend some time talking to you guys about just marketing for growth and what it's going to look like and what it's going to require. So, just some basic concepts. We know that we've got social media marketing, we have email marketing, we have text message marketing, we've got old school snail mail that can still come to your house, especially around election season. We got all kinds of postcards and campaign cards and flyers and graphics about just candidates and who was running for what they stood for, what they valued. Like we got all those things, but all that was marketing. It wasn't just a part of the campaign, right? Even if they sent it and it wasn't during election season, it was still very much so a part of marketing and it was just an additional touch point. So whenever you guys are thinking about marketing, I want you to start viewing marketing as just different points of entry to people getting to know who you are, what you do, what problem you solve, and how they can work with you. That's all marketing is. So, yes, we can market verbally by going to a networking event. That's a way to verbally market and say, "Hey, I'm Susie. I'm a personal trainer and I teach moms how to lose weight after having their first baby." Like that's very specific, but here's my card. This is the gym I train at. This is how you can work with me. We're running a Black Friday sale right now. We're doing a promo for kicking off the new year and kicking off the pounds. Whatever you want to call it, that's marketing. And so as you're growing in life and in your business, your marketing strategy is going to change. So for example, whenever I first started out my business up until this year, actually, I did all of my own social media marketing. So every graphic, every post, every video, all the edits, reels, the content creation, the strategy, that was me. And so I used to dread it because I didn't know that there were systems that would help me do it. I didn't know that I could sit down and batch create my content in bulk and schedule things out for 30, 60, 90 days, however far I wanted to work. So I didn't know those things. And so a part of what I think makes marketing so miserable for a lot of people is that they don't realize how many tools are now available for them to help them to grow and to scale and to get their message out in the world. So if you are a person who's like, oh my goodness, I hate marketing. I don't want to do this. I just want to pay somebody. Well, before you can pay somebody, you need to know how to market on your own. I now pay somebody to do my marketing, and she has been phenomenal for our team and for our company. But I trained her. And so I met with her every week and we talked about social media marketing. We talked about digital marketing. We talked about email marketing. We talked about using vlogs and blogs and reels and creating shorts and live videos and hashtags. Like we talked about all the things. And then we created the plan that was going to work for us based on who the audience was and what our goals were. But for those of you that are still a little bit intimidated by social media, you're not comfortable on camera, one thing you can do that works like a charm and it is timeless, I don't think it's going to ever fade away, is old school relationship based marketing. Where you get to know people, people get to know you, people get to know your story, they get to know where you're from. People get a chance to know how you got here, where you came from, what brought you to your state or to your city, what industry were you working at, what company laid you off and that helped you to move into a new position in a different industry where you met some incredible people and it was all just a blessing in disguise. Like people want to hear those kinds of things. And so the way they hear it is through talking and through you sharing your story and you building a genuine, authentic relationship. A lot of the therapists I work with, they talk, and even general entrepreneurs. So before I started doing business coaching for just therapists, I was coaching female entrepreneurs who were hobbyists. Okay. They had a side hustle. It was a hobby. Nothing was legit. Nothing was on paper. No LLC, sole proprietor, none of that. It was just, hey, I do this on the side and it's kind of fun, but I want to start making money from it. Those are the people I was coaching. But now that I've been working with therapists, because I help therapists fill their caseloads very quickly and leave their agencies if they choose to do that. But many of them want to scale through online courses. And this is a theme and a pattern that I'm seeing in the industry as well, even in the personal coaching space and self development. Everybody wants an online course, but they don't want to talk and they don't want to speak. And you can't quite have one without the other. So if you want to have online courses as passive income, in order for the income to be passive, you're going to have to be active and build a relationship. So people have to hear you teach. They have to see you on a live video. They have to hear you on YouTube or a podcast. They've got to see you teaching a webinar. They have to hear your voice somewhere so that they can trust that you know what you're talking about, so that they can trust that you know how to teach them and you know how to help them get results. And if you're not trying to do that, my personal belief is that you don't quite deserve their money if you're not willing to give them a sneak peek into who you are, what you do, that will establish you as an expert and a thought leader in your industry where people can trust you to help them get from point A to point B. And if you want to be the best kept secret, that's okay, but I'll keep my money that would go to you. I'll keep that a secret too because you're not what I'm looking for. So a lot of times people miss out on revenue and increasing their income within their businesses, regardless of what stage you're in, because of the marketing. And then on the extreme of that, like the complete flip side, there are some people who are great at marketing, like their graphics are good, they've hired somebody, they've got the reels and the compelling captions, it's storyteller marketing, and you feel very emotionally compelled to buy from them or to invest in their products or services. And then you get inside the container of that course, that coaching program, that mentorship group, that mastermind group, and you're like, oh, this is disappointing, like this isn't what I signed up for. I thought I was going to get this, and this, and the program promise doesn't align with the actual curriculum and the objectives that's being delivered inside of that course or coaching program. So you have to be careful. There's some marketing monsters out here creeping around that have it looking good and it looks pretty and it looks glamorous, but they're not really in it to help people get results. And so I think that anytime you are considering working with someone, you need to be very, very intentional about who it is and seeing beyond the marketing and looking for the heart behind the marketing, looking for the integrity behind the marketing, looking for the results of people who are not just inspired by them, but people who have really changed their lives because of the program and not just because of the person. So sometimes I have even worked with people that I didn't quite completely care for on a personal level. Like they had some other things going on that it was kind of like, not quite sure about that, but your course is exactly what I'm looking for. So everything may not be a complete fit where this person's like a heart soulmate kind of coach or mentor or CPA or whatever. But if they can give you the thing that you're needing and they can deliver results, then it may be a good fit for you. But there's so many things to consider when you're talking about marketing, but the relationship marketing is here to stay. And so there's been so many opportunities that I've gotten for new coaching clients, speaking engagements, keynotes, workshops, trainings, just an opportunity to be a guest speaker or a panelist at an event or a conference. And it was strictly because of a relationship. I didn't apply for it. I didn't pitch them, someone name dropped them, or I went to an event where they were and we just had a chance to chat for a few minutes. And that's where those opportunities started coming from. And then they started telling other people about me, like, hey, have you met Kamisha? She does this, she does that. She's a business coach and she works with high achieving professional women with high functioning anxiety. She has a thriving practice. She's a really cool person to meet. And I think she'd be a great speaker for your next event. So sometimes, even now, and I strongly believe this, there are conversations going on and happening about me and my company and what I do and the results that I get my clients, and I'm not in the room. And I'm thankful for that because it means that they trust me, they believe in me. They've seen the success stories of the clients that I've worked with. They trust the storytelling and the testimonials of other people who know me, that can vouch for me and that can say, yeah, Kamisha knows her stuff. Like, she's really good and she spoke at our event and our audience, they really loved it. And we're planning on having her back next year. So her calendar fills up fast. So you better get on her calendar. Like, those kind of conversations, I'm so thankful for that. And I know that's happening because the people who often call me or book me, I have no idea where they came from. Sometimes they're overseas, they're, across the country. I'm down south, so sometimes it's people on the East Coast, New Jersey area, West Coast, Oregon, California. I'm like, I don't know these people. I've never met them, but somebody knows them. And whoever the somebody is that I had a relationship with, or if it's a somebody that knows somebody, I'm still grateful for that. And that's what marketing does. Marketing helps us to make those connections. And you guys, I say this often, my voice is in places where my feet may never touch. So I get an opportunity to do a lot of virtual trainings and webinars and speaking engagements from my home, but I can still help people that are thousands of miles away from me. And technology allows us to do that. But a lot of the things that set that in motion is the marketing. So if you're not ready to really just do the checklist of this is what you should be doing if you're going to market, like running ads or posting every single day, if you're not ready to do all of that, that's fine. And I'll tell you, I have a very successful business and I have yet to run ads. However, we are entering another phase of business and another phase of life, and we might be looking at running ads soon. So if you guys have an ads manager, please let me know, because I would love to reach out and connect with them and just see if that's something that, would work for us and if what they do is what we need. But if you're not ready to do all of that, that's okay. Start where you are. Market where you are. Be consistent at it. Post 1 day a week. Do one video per week. Make one new connection in the DM per week. Join one new Facebook group per week. Go to one new networking event every 2 weeks or once a month. I don't care, but do something that is creating movement. I'm going to teach you more about movement next week, but market in a way that moves you closer to the lifestyle that you want to have. That's all it is. All you need is one phone call. I need one contract and we'll be at our goal for the year. Or I need one email to come through with one of the people we've already sent an email pitch to say, yes, we want to have Kamisha for this date, this time, speaking at this event. That's all you need is one yes. And that simplifies your marketing. You don't need 50,000 people to say yes. You need one with a good offer at a good price point with major results, transformation from their audience, a beautiful sales experience, a beautiful customer service experience. But all that's marketing too, about the way that they feel when they're with you and the way that people interact with you. And that is relationship based marketing at its core. Okay. So thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that you found value in this episode of learning how to market for growth and for your next level. If you would like to have us come speak at your next event or project, go to cbrewerconsulting.com, submit an inquiry form so my team and I can meet with you. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. And we'll see you on the next episode.